Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
Hello, everybody.
G'day, good team.
On the show today, Wil Anderson joined us, and turns out he's an award winner.
Yes, he is.
He was shy about it at first, but we prized it out of him.
Teaches us why you should always snoop around people's places.
Yes, indeed.
We turned sport into the view today.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Feel a little bit serious, don't we?
We do. We also talk about buying a lot of something because it's cheap, like petrol at the moment. Well, hopefully you didn't miss the boat.
And when there's just too many people involved in the situation.
And also, we find out what a bin chicken smells like. And then we find out what we all smell like too.
Better than expected, I think it's safe to say.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
God, it was harder today, let's be honest. It was our second day back.
Well, I had
I'm
really
complaining.
heavy rain at my house that kept waking me up. Tin roof, mate.
Tin roof, rusty.
Tin roof.
Yeah,
Tin roof,
gets you every
rusted.
time.
Gets ya.
Rusted,
Like,
Shaun.
shut up, rain.
Rusty. No, your B-52s. Isn't that sad that we grew up when the B-52s were popular? That's pretty gross.
What other song do they have other than Love Shack?
Rock Lobster.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rock Lobster.
Rome if you want to.
Yeah, righto.
Roam
That's
around the world.
That's it.
With Rome, we what was it, drama? Was
Yep.
that the
Yeah, drama,
What was
yep.
it called at school? Drama?
Yeah, we did drama. I did drama.
Yeah. So in drama, we had to put on a performance, and then ours was a seance, and we did like a play about a seance, and then suddenly the table lifted up, and then we all got possessed, and we all, for some reason, danced around to this.
Well, that makes sense.
And back in the day, I'm sure it made sense, but upon reflection, it doesn't.
Can we talk about the special effects that made the table lift up?
There was someone underneath.
Oh,
They just
dressed all in black.
they just moved it with their legs.
That's magical. What a time to be alive.
George Lucas, he'd be all over that.
Check him out.
It's actually mostly how the first Star Wars was made.
Yes, that's actually true.
WhatIf.com is all about helping Aussies make the most out of every trip.
Book a hotel, flight, surfboard and snorkel all before you can say brekkie buffet.
Jump online or on the What If app and get started. What if it's Aussie for travel?
Question Everything is back on the ABC. This is Series 2. Shaun, on the ABC.
Yeah, I'll put it in. Put it in the
on
calendar.
Channel 2, as you like to call it. The host is Wil Anderson. He joins us now. Hi, Wil.
It'll always be Channel 2, Will.
Putting Channel 2 in the calendar. That's what Shaun's
That's
doing.
it.
He's
I
getting
know
a-
from the winners, mate. That's it, Channel 2.
He gets out his calendar. He whacks a little question everything post-it note on his old school calendar. That's what I'm picturing. And he says, hey, do we get Channel 2? Can you put the wire in the back of the TV so I can turn it on to Channel 2?
Remember Filofaxes? Remember
Yeah.
when everyone had
Yeah.
a Filofax, and then Stylofax came out, and they were all different colours,
Yes.
and people would carry them around and write their little
Yes.
plans in with the biro. Remember that?
I mean, it was amazing when your phone was actually like a Filofax, like a CD, like a CD Walkman, and just like a phone. You had to have all that, and now that's all just in your phone.
Hey, you remember when the Nokia first came out, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then you could play Snake, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, it's like having Time Zone in my pocket."
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Blackberries, speaking of those phones?
Well,
so everyone was, that was the go.
It's the manual button, isn't it, Will? It's the death of the manual button.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, it is incredible how quickly it's changed in our lifetime, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I grew up in that era where, like, I mean, kids are never going to do this these days, but where you have to actually get your parents to answer the phone before they pass it over to you.
Yes.
And just
Yes.
that idea. I'm trying to bring back old school phone technique because in the old days, if you went out of the house in the morning and somebody rang you with a message, you did not find out about that until you got back again in the afternoon. And that was fine.
That's if they told you.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
You know?
If you were lucky,
Yeah.
it was written down on a piece of paper for you.
The world operated fine. We were all getting along with things. Everything was absolutely fine. You only need to get your messages once a day. I am like that with my phone now. I'll get back to you at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and then when the mobile phone journey started, right? So we remember the first phone was the Nokia 3310, I think, that you could actually change the face color of, and then the Ericsson had like just a little like bit of color that you could put on the front, and everyone's like, "Oh, we're customizing."
Yes.
Then phones got really, really small.
Yeah.
It was like the better you were, the more up to date you were, the cooler you were, the smaller the phone.
Yeah.
And then we had the Motorola Razr,
Yes.
where phones got thin. And now we're all carrying around 65-inch plasma screens, like LCD screens in our pockets. Now phones are really big. It's unbelievable, Will.
It's such a great example of how we just get told one thing is the thing and we're like, yep, a small phone. That's what we need. Oh, no, a giant phone. Yep, we definitely need a giant phone.
So, Will, can we see any of this on Question Everything? Because this is a great thing to be able to work our way through. I know you're going to be banging on about the pandemic and whether it's over.
We are. We're going to be banging on about it. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what we do, mate. We just get on and we bang on about things. That's what we like to do on our show. One we missed. Can we talk? Have you guys been banging on about Giselle and Tom Brady this morning? Are you across
Off air, we have. We've been talking. We're concerned. We're concerned.
Yeah.
We don't feel too bad for her because
she's individually going to be okay.
Yeah, because she makes about $1 billion more than he does.
And he does it right.
Yeah, I reckon they're both going to be fine, guys. I reckon we can calm down about being concerned about how they're going to be. But
I do really like it when super attractive people go through misery, though. I do really like that. Like,
how much misery are they in, though? This is the life that Tom Brady leads. Listen to this. He played football until he was 45 years old.
Yeah.
He had Jesus walked in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. Tom Brady spent exactly 40 nights in a mansion with the world's most beautiful woman and said, nah, this is bullshit. I am sick of this. I have got to get back to work. I'm not feeling sorry for that guy. They haven't seen her in 3 months. They're in the same house. He's just down the front room. She's down the back. You go, I'll see you in 3 months when I get there. It's ridiculous. Who cares? And like the other thing that I am angry.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, if they can't make it work, imagine you've got all the money, you're both as hot as each other, you're both as successful as each other, and you can't make it work. How is anyone else going to stay together, Shaun?
No,
Because
that's not what it is. Like we've always known that Tom Brady, unlike the good Shaun in front of you, Tom Brady is not a one-team player. He's a guy who has success at a franchise, then he moves on to a new franchise to see if he can have some more success.
Point.
And there's a lot of young, ambitious models who are coming through the system who are just looking for a trade, an opportunity to, like, you know, and look, they've turned 25. They've stopped dating Leo. They're looking for a new guy in the market.
I have to tell you, that's why Shaun, at the moment, Shaun checks his phone 100 times during the show because it is trade period. He's waiting to get traded. Hey, we are questioning everything. Earlier on, we saw you drinking out of a very fancy water bottle. When we're at a restaurant, are we sparkling or are we flat water?
Because that looks like a Perrier.
Because I always judge people that get flat water. It's
San
like, have a bit of
Pellegrino to me.
sparkling.
What have you got going on there?
It's actually a Santa Vittoria.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Money.
Yeah, and so light on the fizz, it's somewhere in between a sparkling and a still.
Light on the fizz so you can slam it down fast.
So if you are out eating like Nathan...
That is there. It's in Italian, but I believe that is there.
So when you're out, because I do order the flat water, Nathan. Just tap water when they
I
come.
go sparkling because
Just
it's an
tap.
occasion.
Tap.
Really?
No, that's me. What do you do?
Yeah. Yeah, you're a tap guy. I can tell. You're just a good old-fashioned tap guy.
If I have a restaurant and someone goes, I'll just have the tap order, it's like, can you afford to be here?
Yeah.
Corey.
Oh, come on. I mean, like, the thing about Shaun is he's literally gone from the world of AFL into the world of commercial radio. The idea that he would have to pay for anything, let alone water, is not something that he's comfortable with.
He's very shocked by it.
Well, you mightn't have heard this before, but the first time us three went away to Singapore together, it was my first travel experience with these two. Anyway, when we got to leave our hotel, the day we were leaving our hotel, I jumped on the bus and off we went to the airport.
Yep.
And when we got off at the airport, I realised that no one had put my bag on the bus as I expected.
Because he goes, where's my bag? And we said, where's my bag? And we said, what do you mean, where's your bag? Did you put it on the bus? He goes, what? Did someone not put it on the bus for me?
Hang on, does Nova not have a boot stutter? What are you talking about? This is someone else's job.
So weird, isn't it?
And so then it was the panic of Shaun trying to get his bag back. And Shaun was, and you should have seen, bewildered as to how this
could have happened.
wasn't done for him. It was so strange.
And nothing's changed, by the way.
While we're questioning everything, as you do, what do we put on those little whiteboards? Is that where your little idea goes in your office?
Oh, you're talking like I love this. It's just like you're just like profiling my space. Yes, this is my office. So there are whiteboards on the wall of my office.
You've rubbed out what's on them because you don't want us to know about it.
So
Why
what
are they
happens?
also blank?
So you get a little idea and you run up to your little whiteboard with your little marker and tell me more. Go.
Well, Matt, again, is this like, I mean, I know we've talked to each other a lot, but is this the depths of where we've got to?
Yeah, it is.
Tell me what your whiteboard technique is.
Yeah. Talk to me. So you get an idea and you
your creative
because you got a little
process.
one, you got a big one. Go.
Yes.
Let's work out how Will works. Go.
Yeah, well, like where I'm sitting right now talking to you is where I sit when I work. And I'm on a giant table here. So the rest of my desk goes this way to my right. And up here, right on my left, right here, right next to me so that you can see it, is a couple of whiteboards. And so if I have an idea, what I might do is just like grab some sort of marker and then just lean right into the whiteboard and like write it.
Yeah.
So you mentioned we have spoken to you a lot. I've never seen you get the marker out and put anything on the whiteboard.
Never at all.
The whiteboards are both blank at the moment.
So weird.
I've never been asked about it. Like, to be honest, I'm just uncomfortable with the fact that like I have too many whiteboards. It feels like I'm making a statement.
Well,
There's a blackboard in the other room.
I was going to say,
it balances out.
I can only see two, but I'm frightened there are more. Do you do a little personal brainstorm, like write a word and then a circle and then have little your little lines coming out from it?
I love how you're asking me these questions. You're like, hey, are you a creative person involved in any sort of creative space? Or is it so weird to you that someone who literally creates stuff from their home office might have the implements in that home office to aid that creativity?
Have you also noticed how I'm trying to belittle your process by putting the word little in front of everything? Your little marker and your little whiteboard.
You wouldn't know what else I have in my office. I have a microphone that I can talk into when I'm doing radio interviews.
No way.
I have a computer in front of me. Yeah, I know. Look behind here. There's a printer.
What's on top of your printer? What's that round thing on top of your printer?
Oh, okay, here we go. This is what we're doing now. This is apparently what we're doing now. Okay.
It looks like a door.
Yeah, a lot of people told me that you guys had run out of ideas finally, but I'm glad to see that.
It took 20 years,
It's
but
a
we got there.
doorknob.
It's a doorknob. It's a doorknob.
Now, you know what I love about this
it's a
is
light
that
bulb. What is it?
I have made a little bit of fun of Nathan here this morning for looking around my office and trying to find a story, but unfortunately he has, and that's really, really annoying me, to be honest. This technique of just say what you see has finally actually stumbled on a bit of content for this segment, which is annoying me. But anyway, in year 11, I was involved in a public speaking and some other things competition, community service competition called the Lions Youth of the Year.
Yeah.
And so it's run by the Lions clubs. It's a national competition and they have like finals and you go through the state final. And I was the Victorian state winner of the Lions Youth of the Year and ended up going on to the national finals, which I did not win. But my friends at high school, because it's great to have friends. Firstly, I love that Nathan, the first thing he saw was a knob, but that was very on brand for you. And spotted it from miles away.
Still can't get my hands on it though. That's the problem, isn't it?
You really sniffed it out though. You're just like, there's something around here. I'll talk about the whiteboards for long enough. You might lean out of the way and expose that knob, so to speak. So on this, it says Knob of the Year. What my high school friends would call my Lions Youth of the Year title. They'd be like, "How are you going in your Knob of the Year competition?"
Well, I'm intrigued as to who actually was the national winner if you weren't good enough to win that year. What have they done?
I mean, look, I wish I was the sort of person
It was Christian Porter, wasn't it?
Well, what have they done? We'll never find out.
I'd love to look and see what his suckhole trophy looks like. What are they mounted on a bit of wood for that one? Wow, that went really well.
We need to talk all about your show.
That's all right.
We'll be watching
No,
this
it
week
is.
calendar.
Question everything.
Question everything.
Yes.
Question everything.
That's a good point.
It's on 8:30 tonight on the ABC or Channel 2 with Shaun.
Everybody.
Run us through the guests quickly. Who have you got on tonight?
Tonight, really fun show. So Alexi Toliopoulos, who is a brilliant new comedian who has an incredible series, a web series that I highly recommend people find called Finding
so good.
Jesus.
Yes,
the
it's
first
so
couple of
good.
episodes are out. And it's really good. Him and Cameron James do that.
It's the deep
and then
dive,
Claire Hooper from Good News Week.
Zone.
Yep.
about Claire Hooper.
Yep.
And then James O'Loughlin. What we're trying to do is bring back some people to the show who, we love in Australian comedy. Matthew Parkinson was on last week and James
Expanding
O'Loughlin
the
this week.
generations
So,
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it's the ABC. You got to get some people for the over 60s, you know.
And of course, I mean, don't worry about us. We're always busy. Don't ever invite us.
Yeah.
Everybody, that was Knob of the Year, Wil Anderson.
Love your work, Will. Thanks, mate.
Have a good one, man.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We've all been terrified of it happening, and it's finally happened. The fuel excise is back.
Back in
22
play.
cents upon the price that we were paying before at the Bowser. They're saying that the average price of petrol in Perth today, and this is just unleaded, will jump to $1.90.3.
Yeah. Did you get in yesterday, guys?
Yeah. I've been getting in nearly every day. I just
Like $1.50
Yeah,
at a time.
seriously, the last time I felt it was $5 because I just wanted to keep the tank topped up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're saying that really what should be happening is the price shouldn't be jumping up so quickly because they've still got this stock that they bought at the reduced price.
yes.
So they never do it. Yeah.
But a
that's
lot
not
of
the way the
places
world
are
works.
not doing that.
Yeah, so with that, Nate, so they've got the stock at reduced prices, so that should be selling until they replace it. But as soon as the petrol price either goes up or down, they just work it to their advantage at any one time.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. The other day when I was going down south, just up the road, it was like, say, $1.45 or something along those lines. I could get, I thought, I better stop. And then we're kind of in a rush. We go down the freeway and I end up paying $1.71, like down the end.
Isn't it
Can't
amazing
sucker.
how it can be 30 or 40 cents down the street?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was.
It's unbelievable. Use Fuel Watch, everyone.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot urge you enough.
Yeah,
Like,
good call.
it's amazing, and you'll be able to see just, maybe like a 5-minute drive will save you like 30 cents or 40 cents a litre. But I did notice over the last week, because there was looming the date of the fuel excise coming back, that I saw several people, and although they're all old men, granted, filling up jerry cans. So I saw one guy filling up a jerry can, and then I saw another one do it, and then I saw one guy, I think he had 4 or 5, and he was just there at the pump, just like filling up like multiple jerry cans. I thought, oh my God. And because it was $1.46 that day.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? Good on you.
Some forethought, isn't
don't you
it?
think?
Yeah, I do. One thing that always drives me mad is prices of petrol. Like, for some reason, like you could go up the road and like you're driving there and you save $2 in actual fact, but you're like,
that's right. That's right.
So I'm with it. I would like to be able to be that person
You wanted
who
to be that
rolls
guy.
in and just fills up a massive tank.
But then, Shaun, you've got your garage is full of jerry cans of petrol.
Yeah, that's right. I'm always out there having a dart. It's dangerous.
And then also like having to fill up your car with a funnel and a jerry can is something to write about that.
I mean, it's fine if you're stranded in the bush, but it doesn't seem right when you live in the burbs.
I am a firm believer of if something's cheap, go for it.
Load up.
Go for gold. I do it with my deodorant. You brought up your fragrance earlier on. I wear David Beckham's deodorant, the one in the blue can, and it's $8 a can. By the way,
Oh, look at you, fancy pants.
I only buy it when it's down to $4, and I'll buy 10 of them.
That's a really good point.
So I've literally got in my spare bathroom like a whole row of. I'm like a shop with David Beckham. I've got so many cans.
Remember our boss Dave? Dave used to do that as well when he went to Bali.
There was something that he could get in Bali that he really liked.
it was deodorant.
I think it was stuff
soap
like that
and deodorant, I think. And he would buy heaps of it.
My
Good idea.
dad, I think it was at Woolies. I think it was at Woolies the other day, and he was very, very proud of himself because on sale was the roses assorted chocolate boxes that usually retail for $15.
Yeah.
Dad got them for $2 each.
$2. And when are they out of date?
I'm pretty sure. No, they're not out of date until next year.
Late last year.
Late next year. So it's unbelievable. So I think I'm pretty sure he bought about 15 boxes.
Well, that's Marlene's birthdays for the next 20 years, sort of.
Every time I go there, kids trying to give me a box, and I'm going, take it. Single person.
That's a racist, right?
Because I'm under the understanding a single person can't take stuff like that home, Shaun, because in your house, suddenly when the box of chocolates is
6
gone,
people are
you
gonna eat it.
mentally can go, everyone else had it.
Yes, fair.
Once it's gone, I know it's all in me.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Ali, how are you going with the price
Price of
hike on the
petrol.
fuel?
I forgot to fuel up yesterday.
Of course he did.
Usually I'm pretty good, but I'm just so over They're going up, they're going down, they're going up, they're going down. So I just, whatever now, you know.
You just,
You accept
she's
it.
got heaps of
You
money though,
accept it.
so it doesn't bother her.
Oh, she gets paid so much, everybody.
We are talking about when you're
Thousands.
inspired by the people who are filling up jerry cans before today, while, you know, to capture the last of the cheap petrol. When you bought a whole lot of something because it was cheap.
We respect that. Hello, Greg.
How's it going?
Good, Greg.
good,
Greg.
Greg.
We all love a bargain.
Yes.
All right. Get us excited.
What'd you buy?
I was at Spudshed about 6 months ago, and they had boxes of Snickers, the double packs, for sale for about $2.
For a box.
For a
So I
box.
decided, for a box. So I bought 10 boxes.
10 That's a lot of Snickers.
So are they really satisfied?
Yes.
Greg, how have you been getting through the Snickers?
I got through about half a box and realised that they weren't that crash hot.
what,
I no longer like Snickers the way that I did before.
Right.
Still trying to palm them off to this day.
Yeah, well, I guess
maybe you can melt. Remember the Mars bar slice?
Yes, if you can melt them down to make a Snickers
It was
slice.
like Mars bars with like rice bubbles and stuff. Maybe you can make a Snickers slice.
No,
and
no doubt.
Get through it that way.
10
Greg.
boxes. Greg, you're actually forced to buy them. If I saw them, you'd have to.
You have to.
You can't go without.
Are they all still in date and stuff, Greg?
Yeah, they're all still in date till next year and everything.
Amazing.
How many Snickers per box?
It was 40 per box.
40 per box!
400 Snickers.
400 Snickers.
On the upside, Greg, you've got your Christmas shopping sorted.
Greg, please set up an Instagram page. I will watch you. I will subscribe to Greg Eats 400 Snickers. And you eat one a day.
This is a great OnlyFans account, obviously.
It is
Get on
too. By the
board.
way, Halloween, Greg, boom.
Oh, yes. Hand them out to the kids.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, it's nothing bad about handing out chocolates filled with nuts to children these days. Got a pile of body on the front lawn.
Thanks, Greg. Ellie, hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Good morning.
Ellie.
Did you buy a whole lot of something? Because it was cheap.
Yeah, just yesterday. I just arrived in from Sydney yesterday, and I live in Perth, but I knew that the Coles offer was going off yesterday, so I had to motor around there, and they have their anti-wrinkle cream on special. And so it's just like, so it's now instead of 60, it's 30. I don't have to buy that much. Like, I'm not that old, but you know, like, I buy
But you
enough
never know.
to make me look 20.
Yeah.
Okay, so
The more you put on, the better it works. Yeah.
Ellie, how many did you get then?
Of course.
So it's half price,
I got
basically.
about 8 bottles off them,
Yes.
or 8 tubes or whatever. And then I used my son got me a birthday gift card. He gets me a gift card for Coles because I say, look, when that cream's on special, son, I'll use it then. So he bought me one for my birthday, buys me one for my Christmas box, and I'm so hard to buy for that. He just gives me these. He gave me $100 one, they give me a $50 one. So I slid them through. So then when I slid them through, the total came down from 166. That'd normally be like over 330 something for me.
Yeah.
So 166. I ended up paying $16 out of my own money.
Oh.
And then they are also offering a promotional thing of 30 times 30 points on your velocity points.
yes.
So then I can fly somewhere free looking really anti-wrinkle free.
Yes, exactly.
my God,
You're
you look
younger than
younger.
ever.
She can fly to some youth festival.
Basically going to go on a Kentucky tour.
Trifecta. There we go. I'm sorted.
What's this beauty cream? Tell us. What's the brand?
I can't tell you. I can't tell you. Everybody in Perth would be wanting to buy it.
You know what? Can I just tell you, whenever Dad finds a bargain or Dad finds something new and interesting, and I talk about it on the radio, he rings me and has to go about it. He goes, "It won't be
Oh, you go there.
Exactly. The shelves will go clean. Yes, it's the best product, but I can't tell you.
I'm going to figure it out. They sell it at Coles and it normally retails at $60.
Oh, Natalie, don't, because Ellie's going to look like a big saggy bucket of skin if you go buy it.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
My research tells me it was probably Olay Regenerous Collagen Peptide 24 Moisturiser.
But Ellie
Retails
told
for?
you not to tell everyone about a
Firms
secret
and
face
Plumps
cream.
Collagen.
What does it retail for, Natalie?
$60.
Well, you have to
Yep.
buy a truckload
Yep.
if it's half price.
And Ellie, she looks 18, and usually without this cream, she looks like the back of an old
Exactly.
lady's elbow.
So
Ooh, that's wrinkly.
the back of the
wrinkly.
elbow. Amazing. Kylie's in Samson. Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Kylie. We are talking about what you bought a whole lot of because it was cheap. What have you got for us?
Okay, this would resonate with Shaun, with his kids. So, of course, when your kids are in school, birthday parties are expensive.
Yep.
So my boys would always go to birthday parties, and I was at Big W one day, and you know how Nerf guns, they're normally around $25?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there was 9 on the shelf, and they scanned it, it's $3.
Oh,
$3 Nerf guns.
$3 Nerf guns. So I bought all 9 on the shelf. So, no, I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you.
Yes.
I got to the checkout. All 9 of them, $27. The lady looked at me and she was dead set. She's like, "You can't do that." I'm like, "Why?"
Why?
So
Why can't you
when
do
I
that?
got-
what do you mean?
That's the
No,
price.
I know. And that's the thing. So when I got my docket, it said 9 Nerf guns, $3, $27 was $225.
Oh, great
Unbelievable.
score, Kylie.
Oh, my God,
We've been
Kylie.
through so many, Kylie, at our house.
I know.
That was the go-to
You know what? We
present.
really
Exactly.
need to buy these and send them over to the Ukraine.
Yes.
They need
Kyle's-
all the help they can get.
if they'd had more than 9, would you have bought more than 9?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and it's like, no matter regarding the price, the quality is still there.
Oh, well.
Here's a
exactly,
question.
that's
Knows
right.
his
Here's
stuff.
a question,
Yes.
right? There's been so many articles about when there is a bargain like what
Yes.
Kylie got, whether it is selfish to buy it or
let other
should you
people
have a
enjoy the
social
bargain.
responsibility of leaving some for someone else. Opinion. First in, best dressed?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? You found it straight up and 9 Nerf guns. I mean, that's not over the top.
Well, sure. I mean, if there's a Nerf war, I mean,
right.
you're going to have to
You
be
need an
stocked up.
armoury.
Now we understand the Americas.
Yes. Thanks, Kylie. Sylvia, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Great,
Sylvia.
Sylvia. All right. Did you buy a whole lot of something because it was cheap?
No, it was my ex-husband. He was a bit of a hoarder, and he'd go to auctions and things. And this particular time, he bought 100 pairs of parachute boots for $2 each because it must have been a bargain.
How many?
Parachute.
100 pairs of parachute boots.
Pair
Yeah.
of parachute boots.
Various
Yeah,
sizes.
no, they're all the same size.
What size were they?
Big. And,
Big.
we just... it was funny at first because you could... you actually blow them up, so that... So you couldn't use them for anything else.
What do you mean you blow them up? How do you...
Yeah, they actually blow up. So, because of
Put
the...
inflatable parachute boots, Harry. We're just
Yeah,
Try and
so
look at
that, it's like,
Inflatable.
well, we could sell them to somebody. I'm like,
Yes.
who?
Oh, yeah. Parachutists, presumably. but-
Parachutists, but they need hard boots as well. I mean,
Yeah.
So,
Sylvia, we're looking at them on...
Why are parachutists using inflatable boots?
Well, obviously, because when they land, it's going to hurt their feet.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so extra cushion boots. Well, you
Yes.
should know you were surrounded by 100 pairs. of them.
Yes.
What ended up happening with them all then? Hello?
Sylvia,
She's
you
been
there?
taking, her husband's
Sylvia?
taking her out.
Yes.
Ex-husband. She's like,
He's just parachuted to the roof.
Landed softly.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun in podcast form.
well, there's a lot happening over at the Essendon Football Club, and they were in the headlines for the wrong reasons yet again. Andrew Thorburn started the job as the CEO, and he lasted a day before news came out, once people did a bit of a look around, that he belongs to a church. In fact, he is the chairman of a church that in 2013 had stuff to say about, they're very homophobic in what they said, and certainly about abortion, which they did not agree with. That's 2013. It's still...
Well,
it's
I
not,
mean-
it's not 100 years ago. It's not 100 years ago.
Opinions have changed.
Yeah, and he said, I don't believe in those things. He goes, I don't support those beliefs, but you're the head of the church that does support
you're
those
the chairman
beliefs.
of the board. Yeah.
So I mean, like these people.
And there's plenty of
these
churches to choose from.
These people that are part of organisations that then suddenly say, well, yes, but they believe that, but I distance myself from it. Well, if you distance yourself from it, you don't have to be part of it.
Yes,
That's how you
there are
distance
other churches that you could
yourself
go to.
from it.
Surely.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of things that take place in workplaces, though, that not necessarily everyone agree. I'm not saying it's a workplace in that source, but he is the chairman, so he can easily go, okay, I'm going to step down from being the chairman of this place because these beliefs in some areas don't align to what I want to do. And by the way, I want to be the CEO of the Essendon Football Club. That does not align with what anyone's trying to do in modern society.
Can I just say, and I do understand how some people that are, have strong religious beliefs will turn around and go, well, we feel like this is prejudice against us. But yet, the thing that we are living in a day of is inclusion. We want everyone to be included. And when you ask for your opinion to be valued to exclude somebody or make them feel less than, or make yourself feel bigger by standing on them. That's the part which is hard to swallow.
And we're talking about an organisation that we know will have people who are homosexual.
Yes.
Where there are women's teams now that, where the right to abortion is something that women hold dearly. That if the CEO of your business where you work has these beliefs.
But you're saying, no, he doesn't have these beliefs. He said categorically he does not have these beliefs.
He belongs to an organisation that has publicly espoused these beliefs. And doesn't just belong to that organisation. He's not a member of the congregation. He's the chairman of the board.
No, I agree with that part. But you can't say that he.
No, we haven't.
Okay, he's the chairman of the board of an organisation that espouses those beliefs. Are you happy with that?
Can I throw?
That's
not
not supporting the people that work for you.
Can I throw this at you? Last year, or might have been the year before, there was a Muslim girl playing in the AFLW. She sat out at the Pride round.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a big hoo-ha about it.
She's not the chairman. She's not the CEO.
No, but he's saying... But she's
not the CEO of an organisation.
Religious beliefs at the time got respected by other people. They did.
Yep.
Nothing was said then.
Can you see the difference between her being a player and that guy being the CEO of the organisation, which is a power hierarchy where there's all these people underneath him?
He's saying
I get what you're saying, Shaun. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, and I get exactly what Nat's saying. And it is a hard one, and that's what we're facing these days. Because this Muslim girl that did sit out because of her beliefs, straight away, I mean, where I go is, well, wait there, what about your teammates? Do you not support them publicly? Because they would never sit out on a Muslim round. I'm pretty sure. True, true. So we are living in what people say a woke society right now. But I just want to get back to inclusion. And it's a hard one because what we're saying with inclusion is sort of in direct violation of these religious people's beliefs. But yet when your belief is, like I said, holding somebody down or repressing them, and you want to have the freedom to do that, gay people aren't doing that to you. Women that are choosing
aren't forcing you to have an abortion.
Aren't forcing you to have an abortion, but you're choosing what they should, how they should live, and what's right and wrong for them. It doesn't really go the other way.
And I think the difference between those two, and you're right. There's no. I mean, it's a grey area for sure. But the difference is organisational. So the organisation, he's heading up that. He's the CEO of an organisation. She's one person in the cog of the machine. Is the difference? Like there's a power structure that needs different
I don't know. I know what you're saying now, but I don't agree. I don't agree with that point of view. I certainly agree with what you're saying there, Nathan. And the one thing, as being a person who was born into a faith, which is Catholics, is for me, I don't get how in modern religion that anyone could not be inclusive, because if you think about the person above, whoever that may be, he's supposed to love, or she's supposed to love everyone, and so therefore you are inclusive to anything.
Well, Lady Gaga says that God made no mistakes. Well, then again, we all do make a mistake here and there. But like I have to say, across the board though, majority of religions aren't like this.
No, that's right.
So it's the ones that we read about like this.
It's the fundamental ones on the fringes.
A majority of religions are very inclusive. They're very loving. And I'm all power to them and their beliefs.
Yes, so. Well, at its core, the Christian faith, at least, which is the one that I know the most about, is about love and forgiveness and acceptance. But this church and many others aren't preaching that.
No, I want to know how hardcore, though, they're into it, Nat. Because in 2013 we're bringing up this stuff, and again, it's not 100. That
was because there was a public statement made at the time.
So
that doesn't mean that they don't espouse those beliefs.
Behind that as a group, or have they moved on? Have they seen any kind of light? Have
they're not renowned as a progressive Christian church.
No, once again, but I'd like to hear from them. Otherwise, we'd peg them on this moment.
But can I just say, after this story broke, wouldn't they, if they dispelled those beliefs, have come forward and said, no, that's not what we believe in anymore? I know that he has.
That's a really
wouldn't they as an organisation come through and go, no, you got it wrong. We've moved on from that. They haven't.
So Nath, on this, when a lot of people are going back to, this is the belief, I was born into these churches and this is maybe not what I see as the thing, but I'm still associated and I still believe in the majority of what happens. Where do you see, can you still function in general society.
Can I just say,
in a position?
You can, but this is the thing: if you're born into something that's turned rotten, then leave.
Yeah, that's right.
If it goes against your beliefs, I know that it's really hard for you, and that might be your life and stuff like that. But we live in a world now where you got to actually see how what you do and what you stand for and who you're involved with affects other people.
Yeah, and this guy wasn't born into it. He's the chairman of the board. Like, he's chosen to be in a position of power in that organisation. And you go, well, that's not somebody who's just been dragged along. That's somebody who has embraced it and is deep in it.
Yep, he was the head of the NAB Bank for a long time.
Yep.
So he's got some runs on the board in terms of having
CEO,
high-powered jobs along the way. But turns out it's not right for Essendon Football Club, and they've made that decision.
Can I just say that's the most I've ever felt like we were the girls from The View.
Who was Whoopi?
I think I was Whoopi. Was I Whoopi? I don't
you
know.
whoopied all over the place, David.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
It's Nathan, Nat and Shaun for what? If it's
That's
Aussie
right,
for travel. Don't Rosie me. How dare you? Elizabeth over here, though.
Joy's coming in with the traffic in a second.
Nathan, your knowledge of the cast of The View is extensive.
Elizabeth Hasselbeck. That's from like years ago. I don't know the current cast. Megan McCain, wasn't she on it?
I don't know.
Are they just chips? John McCain? Was that a person?
Oh, that was
the president?
He was a vice president.
Yeah, I think his daughter was on there for a second.
The View.
Who's the current cast of The View? So wait there. Sarah, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sonny Hostin, Megan McCain. Okay, I got 3 of them. No wonder I'm single.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I'm going to tell you a story, guys.
Settle in.
And this is it's always fun to explore oneself, but do not go too hard.
It's a cautionary tale, I think.
All right.
Well, that's interesting.
I'll just read it out as it is. A Thai man he had a metal ring stuck on his doodle for 4 months.
Oh, 4 months?
It was a failed attempt.
That's too long, Shaun.
It was a failed attempt to make it bigger.
Oh,
okay, stretching the neck.
You would think, I mean, I'm a farm girl, and I know what happens to lambs' tails when you put a ring around them.
Yeah. Oh, they fall off,
and
obviously.
That is not the outcome you want.
He wasn't smart. He's 35 years old. He reportedly wrapped the piece of metal around his doodle, as he wrongly believed it would make it longer and thicker.
Wrongly.
Was so wrong. So
I'm sure it would have swelled.
Put the metal down. Put the wire down. Put the coat hanger down. Unfortunately, the stainless steel wire ring eventually cut off the circulation, causing it to swell, and it became super sore.
Yeah, and not in a good way.
Yeah. I would think it would be throbbing.
As you know, it was
not in a good way.
4 months. He knew that this was wrong. He knew that, like, probably,
I've made a mistake.
After a month, it's probably even a couple of weeks in, he's going, okay, this is bad.
How many?
And he's just like, and so for 4 months he's let it go. So he had to go. He was rushed to the emergency room in Thailand, rushed in there after he complained that the pain in his penis had become too much to him.
Okay, so he put up with that to a point.
And you know what it was?
Yeah,
he's gone in there and he's gone, okay, great. I'll just go in there and I'll see my doctor.
Yes.
And my doctor will sort me out, and then no one has to talk about it.
Yeah, that's what medical confidentiality.
We'll just go along our business. The doctor, however, could not help him on his own. He had to call in a group of volunteer firefighters.
Sorry, not one. How do you get the professional firefighters for this?
A group. Wielding cutters and power tools, the rescue team, one penis, many men. I've seen that movie. The rescue team crowded around the man's nether regions and proceeded to hack away at the constricting accessory.
That's not the word you want to hear.
It took more than an hour for them to free the villager's penis, as they were careful not to graze it with the long, sharp instrument.
Well, they
are successful or not?
I appreciate the fact that they took great care, because it's a very sensitive area. I
feel in that time, whilst they're doing it, how many selfies / other photos they're having whilst this is taking
Well, Shaun,
place?
this is the thing. You just know what he wanted to keep between patient and physician. Physician. It's patient and doctor. He just wanted to keep it between patient and doctor. You know what I mean? Just two of us. This is our secret. This is our understanding.
It's confidentiality.
This is your oath.
That's right.
My trust. And then suddenly the team of firefighters came in, and it's like, oh my God, more people. Sometimes more people. Sometimes too many people getting involved in a situation is
bad.
It's not good.
Can blow it out of proportion. Great choice of words again.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
It's Bones from Imagine Dragons. It's 3 to 9. We're discussing when too many people got involved.
This poor guy, 35-year-old guy, he thought that he'd make his doodle a little bit bigger by putting a bit of metal around it. Anyway,
Bad idea.
4 months later, in excruciating pain, goes to see his doctor for a bit of a one-on-one consultation to get it off.
This doctor can sort it out.
The doctor thought, well, I can't do that by myself, so he instead called in a team of firefighters. To get down to business on his business and free Willie.
They were successful at least.
And it's just like, and you just know that poor guy was like, oh my God, this is way too many people. Even the doctor's way too many people to be involved.
True. Carrie, hello.
Hi.
Hi,
right,
Carrie.
when were there too many people involved, Carrie?
So I took my young son toddling around to the park one day and he would literally scream when we went near the baby swings.
Yes.
So one day I took it upon myself when I was there alone with him, stupidly, to jump into the swing and could not get back out. So we're waiting around and waiting around.
You couldn't get back out.
Carrie, what was required to get you out?
We were just waiting around for people to come to the park. Someone finally did come to the park, tried to help me out, couldn't get me out. We had to actually phone the fire brigade. And so I had my own fire brigade come and rescue me.
How embarrassing, Carrie. Carrie, how embarrassing.
Carrie, did it fix your kid's fear of swings?
No.
Heck
no. He went in one later on in life, but yeah, definitely not in that immediate future. He did not know.
Carrie, that is the most embarrassing thing.
So, Carrie,
Great.
you took. So they all helped you out. They all helped you out.
How many people?
Yeah, but it wasn't just the firemen that were there. It was like people had rang people to come down to the park to help.
Yeah.
And it was just like, there ended up about 50 people around there taking pictures and just
It's nice that you took their help though. Before Mum got her knees done, I'm pretty sure she was at the shopping centre and she went to go get up onto the curb and her knee gave way, so she hit the deck. And then all these people saw her and ran over to her aid, and Mum just lied there and said, "I'm fine," and waited for everyone to leave, and then she just crawled away.
I'm fine. I'm just resting here for a while.
I'm fine. I like it, Danny. Because you don't want one person to see you, let alone all the people to see you.
Oh, Carrie, thank you so much. That's a cracking start.
Like
Karina, hello.
Hi, how are you guys?
Karina. When were there too many people involved, Karina?
Okay, this was many years ago, probably about 10 years now. Me, my husband and my 2 daughters were in Kuala Lumpur on a holiday and we were in this really posh department store, a bit like David Jones or something.
Yes.
And I was looking at shoes. We were in the shoe department and all of a sudden there's all this shouting and everything and we're turning around not sure what's going on. And, of course, they're speaking in their own language, so we didn't know what was happening. And one of the guys was a staff member. He had a name tag on. And this other guy was having a go at him. And anyway, all of a sudden, the second guy that had come up, he whipped off his belt and he had the belt around this guy's neck. And he was choking him.
What?
And my daughter started crying. She didn't know what was happening. All of a sudden, all this staff were coming up and everything, up the escalator and everything, and they were trying to pull him apart. Anyway, later on we found out that this guy was his boyfriend and he'd found out he'd slept with his best friend.
Oh. And that all just played out right in front of you while you're trying on shoes.
Yeah, I know. How awkward.
Well, that's too many
It was
people.
very traumatic.
Oh, my God.
That's full
I've heard
on.
of someone getting a belting, but that's different, isn't it?
Yeah. Too many people. I would suggest one too many in the relationship at the very least. Wow. Thanks, Karina.
I love seeing stuff like that, though.
I know.
People's personal lives
that's you
get
just
pulled out
sitting
into
there
public.
with your popcorn, taking it all in.
God, isn't it great? You just want to make sure that they don't get too angry and they want to hit you for watching, but you want to watch it. And isn't it hilarious when something like that happens and slowly you get your phone out of your pocket and try and film it conspicuously?
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
It's our last day of enjoying the bin chicken. Tim Collins, he's back in here
It's
helping
farewell
out,
tour.
doing the job
48 hours.
doing the job that he quit. and Nova would not let him go.
No.
And Tim, you're looking great, but also you're smelling amazing.
Smelling divine this morning.
Will you just give the guys a whiff?
Okay.
Go, you
I can smell it from here.
Give Shaun a whiff.
Yes.
And Natalie, get your nose
So you
in
didn't
there.
have to lick him.
Yeah, it's not a scratch and sniff.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Tim.
All right.
Sorry if that's offensive.
So Tim and I went, oh, Tim, because we love talking about a fragrance, don't we? Mm-hmm. Tim, what fragrance are you wearing?
God is a Woman by Ariana Grande. It's a parfum. Ellie bought it for me, actually.
Did she? Oh, she knows your soul, doesn't she?
Say that again. Just for my ears. I want to hear that again.
God is a Woman by Ariana Grande.
Great.
Yeah, it's great. Because then he goes, do you like it? And I said, no, to me, it smells like what it would smell like if a My Little Pony farted.
I mean,
And I'm okay with that.
yeah, I was going to say, there are worse things.
That's cool.
No, I love it. I love that we live in a day and age where you can pick an Ariana Grande fragrance and
Absolutely.
everyone's cool with it.
And proudly wear it.
And proudly wear it.
Absolutely.
Tim, you got anything else in your repertoire, like the Gina Liano, which we speak about at Chemist Warehouse?
By Gina Liano.
Yes. What else is in your
No.
arsenal?
I also have Ariana Grande Cloud. But here we go. Dior Sauvage. That's manly.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
Johnny Depp one.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know
I
about
don't
that
We're going to catch you all over that.
one. I'm pretty sure that cologne's going to beat up the other one.
Well, it's a joy to smell you around the office
Absolutely,
again.
Tim.
Ellie, what's your go-to fragrance?
I actually just got Rose Prick by Tom Ford. It's lovely.
Rose Prick.
Rose Prick, yeah. You know when you get pricked by a rose?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Shaun wears Giant Prick by Megan.
And it stinks, I'll be honest.
Shaun, what's your go-to fragrance? Like the one that you
I've got a David Beckham one that I throw on.
did you get that at
dear.
Woolworths?
I don't know where I got. I might have got it given. I would have got it from here.
Oh,
didn't I?
yeah. But that
Yeah,
was
but that-
literally years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Natalie, what's your
That's
go-to?
how much I wear it.
I get one. The brand is Byredo, Byredo,
Oh, yeah.
that you get at Mecca,
What
and
happens?
my fragrance of choice from their range is La Tulipe,
Oh.
Which is Italian for?
French for tulip.
Mine's Issey Miyake.
Yeah.
By Issey Miyake, who just recently
Oh, that is
passed
beautiful
away.
with rice.
Yeah, it's so delicious, Shaun. And now I'm exploring the different flavours of
So,
Issey Miyake.
are you heading towards Ariana Grande territory, or
No.
Tim hasn't done that for you?
Harry, what do you wear? What do you wear, Harry?
Yeah,
Just deodorant on a good day.
yeah. Links
Bit of
Africa.
something, some gold. There's a gold bottle.
Oh, that's Swan Gold. Yeah, just on the
Swan
side.
Gold.
It's gold. It's gold. I don't know what it's called.
Stop saying gold.
It's gold.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Let's head over to the F1s now, and Daniel Ricciardo's been linked to joining Mercedes as a reserve driver. So he'll just sit in the
Wait in
pits,
the wings.
just wait till someone
Has
an
a crash
injury and
and-
crashes really hard into a barrier, and hope that he gets a drive.
What's the pay like?
God, it'd be in the millions just to be a reserve
my
driver.
God, imagine doing this job for the sort of same
Yeah.
amount of money just sitting in
I'm,
the wings.
I'm sure he's got plenty in the bank as well.
Plenty
So,
in the bank. At this point in time, for him to be knocked back and not have a permanent drive next year, it's a blow to the ego.
Oh, for
but
sure.
certainly hasn't been able to get the job done. So that's where it lands. Hopefully, you can turn things around. As Harry, who presses the buttons with us this morning,
Best
best mate.
friends.
So we'll be able to get a link to Daniel at some stage and have a conversation about that. The trade period continues today. There has been a lot of movement already. Our mate Griff, last time we spoke, I questioned whether he would actually make it to North Melbourne, whether he
Yeah.
could.
Sean's
You,
tips.
you said no, he'll stay. He's going to stay.
Originally, I did.
Docker.
100%. I
Yeah,
did stay.
classic
Anyway,
call.
he's already signed. He's off.
Yeah, he's gone.
He'll be joined with Darcy Tucker. They're out the door. Blake Acres from Fremantle. He's out the door too.
I
So
thought
all
Blake
the
Acres. I thought the Dockers rated him, but there's a lot of chatter that they didn't, and that's why he went.
it's not that they don't rate him. They put a price on his position,
Yeah, right.
and they will not go over that.
Okay.
Which I feel it's really hard because he had such a great year now.
Yeah, did he
was
have
fantastic.
a pretty good back
But they
end of
go-
the year as well?
He had great. So
Yeah.
you do that position over there.
Yeah.
You're in that role. It doesn't pay more than that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad luck.
Yeah, but even if you're the greatest one of all time to play it, we're not going to pay any more.
Pretty much.
It's pretty exciting for us though, because it's like our show gets back onto Tinder or Bumble right now, because we get to start scrolling
we've got to
left
find a
or
new
right
docker.
for new dockers.
Yes.
So it's like, well, what do we want?
Well, we spoke to Andrew Brayshaw.
I loved Andrew Brayshaw.
he was lovely.
He was really great.
Yes. Who else do you think could fit in with us?
I think Caleb Sarong, Nathan, you wouldn't know much about him, but he's fantastic. as
Everyone
well.
loves a sarong on a holiday.
true.
Yeah, they do. Alex Pearce has been the standing skipper, and we do like the tall guys in this.
Yeah, that's true.
So we have the governor. We've had Griff
mate, I'd be happy to
times.
get pierced off.
And Alex he's a big unit.
He's a massive
I think he's got
unit.
Harry covered actually for
Oh,
some.
okay. No, I don't know about
And long
Circus.
flowing hair.
How much is it taller than Harry?
Oh,
he
God, I
would
reckon
be.
he's just got Harry. He's got his 200.
I'll just Google him.
Okay, as long as
he's got long hair.
Look, it's we'll have to get him in and have a look, because you don't want anyone too circusy.
That's true. We did have Aaron that time.
I know, that was insane. Because you just start looking at every part of Aaron and just questioning all of it.
197. What are you, Harry?
About 199.
I reckon
See, because Harry is circusy.
Circus break.
Harry's
God,
circusy.
Harry, I'd be surprised if you got it.
Yeah. I mean, every time Joe Ashton Circus comes in, they just cold call Harry.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You busy? You busy? Has your mum got a beard? Come in.
I believe they're in Coburn at the moment.
The inflatable clowns are back.
And Wil Anderson did mention before the fact that Tom Brady and Giselle are headed for the divorce. And so Tom's worth 250, she's worth 400.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mill, yeah.
More. So they're currently living in a 5-bedroom mansion. So does that mean she gets 3 of the bedrooms
I would think
and
so.
he gets 2? That works out
That
pretty
seems fair.
Yeah. It'd be so funny if he goes for her money. Anyway. All right. We wish them well.
Thanks, Shaun.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun.
Currently in talks with Mum and Dad about what we're going to be doing for Christmas. It took me a while to convince them that we can go overseas, because, I think the older generation are still frightened that COVID 2.0 is going to hit at any time.
Yeah. It's not COVID you need to worry about.
yeah.
It's really expensive airfares now.
Yes, that's a killer,
my
Nat.
God.
Good point.
So we're throwing up things like Japan, and I found this really beautiful place in Hoi An, but Dad's even too worried about being that far away, even though it's not too far away. We're not talking about Europe and stuff.
So it's not the distance of travelling, because being
It's
in a
the
plane
time of how close it is to get home. That's this is just the way he's thinking. So Dad sort of wants to be, so Dad's
in the parking.
So Dad's even throwing up Bali at the moment. Right?
3.5 hours. Okay,
Yeah, so 3.5 hours. But the only thing is, there's so many flights to Bali around the time that we want to go, but a lot of them are like 18 hours with 2 stopovers, and the only one that's really direct, there's a couple of companies that are direct, but the only one that's really prevalent that's direct is Jetstar.
I looked yesterday, $1,900 return.
What?
Oh, yeah, it's insane.
So that's Boxing Day. That's Boxing Day, Nathan. That's Boxing Day.
So it's peak season.
Yeah, it's peak season. And look,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, I'm lucky to be able to afford those prices if I need to pay those prices. I'm also concerned about the Jetstar of it all.
Right, yeah.
Because Jetstar at the moment, you cannot bank on whether your flight is going to leave at the right time, whether you're going to be able to come home at the right time. When you're over there, if something happens, are you going to be able to communicate with these people? The stories are everywhere. And then I thought, okay, it's not only that worry, because I honestly, I don't think I will book with Jetstar just from what I've read, nor will I book with Qantas.
Lachlan,
to go over to Bali or somewhere like that. I will not do it.
My son went with Jetstar when we went over to Melbourne the other week, and he didn't miss a beat when I was with Qantas, and I missed every beat. Every beat.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
So then Carl Stefanovic and Ali, well, they were on the Today Show yesterday talking about the experience that his daughter had with Jetstar. Have a listen to what happened to her.
Can I talk about your daughter?
Yeah.
Flying with Jetstar the other day.
Yeah.
Coming back from Sunshine Coast, her bag, she had carry-on luggage. It was 500 grams over, and they made her pay excess. They wouldn't let her, she could take something out and throw it out, but she wanted to take something out and wear it, like an extra jumper, and they said no.
No, they said she said, can she put it in her handbag? And they said, if you want to throw your handbag out. Oh! It was so rude. It was so rude, and that made my daughter, who's only 17, feel completely intimidated.
Yeah, she could have worn it.
Yes.
That would have been okay. The trouble is they have a combined total for weight, and so it's all of your hand luggage, whatever I think 7 kilos.
Yes.
If it's over that.
No, she couldn't take it out and wear it, they said. She couldn't take it out and wear it. They said no.
No, yes.
It says right here, I've got the transcript. So she could take something out and throw it out, but she couldn't take it out and wear it.
Are you allowed to wear it on your face?
Carl said no.
No, Carl said no, that's not what happened. She wanted to put it in her handbag.
Yeah.
Yes.
She wanted to put it in her handbag. Okay, so
yes.
The first port of call
It was
when I heard
500
this kind of
grams
stuff
is what you're
anyway, if they
talking
let
about.
everybody
Right.
have 500 grams over, then you're out of sync.
Yes.
There's 200
Yeah.
people on the plane.
Yeah.
So I get that point of view. I definitely get that point of view.
No,
There's
it's not a weight thing.
No, it's
because you're allowed to pay
yes,
extra.
yes,
it's a
what's
revenue thing,
and also
it's a revenue thing.
But also, it's what's safe to be in that overhead compartment. That's what they deem as a safe weight to be in that overhead compartment. So you're taking something out, then it is a safe weight to be in the overhead compartment.
Well, they say that, but you can the next level up of the
Yes.
fare. You can have 10 kilos.
No,
So,
I
yes,
get that,
you
but
can
I'm
have-
saying
it's
yes.
possible to have more.
Thank you.
Yeah. No,
So-
it's about revenue. It's saying your limit is 7. If you're anything over that, you have to pay more.
But my thing just at the moment is, how are you going to bloody trust these airlines? You can't trust them to leave. You can't trust to be treated in a decent manner. Someone telling a 17-year-old girl to throw a bag out if she puts a jumper in there. Don't you just think, what are we doing? And we're stuck with these airlines at the moment, and they're not getting any better. Alan Joyce isn't getting paid any less.
No. He's still collecting his bonus.
This
which
is
hilarious.
what we have at the moment. So
it's a monopoly.
It's crazy,
Or
isn't it?
duopoly, yeah.
Yeah, and are people having the same problem with like Garuda or
Well, they're not flying here.
Yeah.
or
Air Asia,
Air
they
New
stopped-
Zealand,
yeah.
Singapore Airlines.
I
Are
flew
people having that problem?
Emirates too.
Emirates.
I've flown Emirates and I've flown Qantas in the last few months. And I haven't had a problem at all. I just did 3 flights with Qantas, so Perth to Sydney, Sydney to Melbourne, Melbourne back to Perth again. And every time, we had to change a tyre in Melbourne that put us out about 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but when they got the people off the plane to help, I thought that was a bit over the top.
I mean, I'm pretty good on the jack though. And then the one between Sydney and Melbourne was out by about half an hour. So the minor delays, and I've air tagged my luggage, and every time I arrive, I'm like, did my bag make it? And every time before I even get to the carousel, I know that my bag has made it. So that's a level of confidence. Flying to Italy with Emirates was as smooth as. There was no drama whatsoever.
Well, from
we're hearing a lot about the ones that are bad, but there is still a lot of flights going that are good.
But when it's bad and you get to you, you're stuffed.
Yeah.
There's no support, there's no calls, anything like that. There's even airline experts are coming out and saying that if you want to travel overseas at the moment, you should only take carry-on. Are you kidding me? You send away I pack.
Yeah,
no.
I take everything I've ever owned.
When we went to Cervantes for one night, Nathan looked like he was going for 4 weeks.
Like seriously, I take
legit,
everything.
the
I look
biggest
around my
suitcase you've ever
apartment.
seen.
I basically just put
And
it in a
was full.
suitcase and just take the whole thing.
You probably, I didn't get to tell you guys this. When I was at the airport just last week and everything was going against me and they cancelled my flight, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
They got me on. These people were really nice when they eventually got me on. The one thing that they said to me, by the way, we cannot guarantee that you're going to get any food because we're just throwing you on this plane because, they've got the numbers, they've got the manifest of how many people are gone, and then they've added me to that, But
they have standby
That's what they were
passengers
saying.
all the time.
100%.
Can I just
we
say?
cannot guarantee you get. And I went, whatever.
Can I
You know,
just say
wanted to
as
get
well?
on.
Can I just say, isn't it ridiculous now that we don't know whether our flight's going to get there? We don't know whether it's going to take off. And when you're on a flight, you're even praying for the vegan meal. Isn't that disgusting?
Well, there is no vegan meal, so good luck.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.